The Temple of Solomon, which the Eternal One saw as his own house, was a link between man and the Lord God, a place where chosen people could gather to worship him. No other building on earth has ever held more importance than this, specifically because of its spiritual meaning. While lifting up and exalting the name of the Most High among all nations, the temple also ignited faith in God's people, fanning the flames of spiritual awakening, creating awareness of submission, respect for what is holy, and fear. Through this, all began to acknowledge the greatness of the God of Israel. Today, the Temple of Solomon in São Paulo aspires to the same goals as the previous one: awaken people's faith in the living God. In July 2010, the great work began. 4 years later, in 2014, that idea became a reality. After its inauguration, millions have visited from all over the world, not just to admire the monument's beauty, but to learn from its history. For this reason, the Temple of Solomon is more than a work of architecture. To visit the temple is to witness the beauty of the glory of the Creator. It's to have an encounter with His Word. It's to understand the origin of the living faith. It's meant to spur visitors on to have an understanding of faith in its purest form: reverence, respect, fear, mindfulness, and the holiness of the Lord. The Temple of Solomon in São Paulo is open to everyone, regardless of their beliefs, who desire to know the God of the Holy Scriptures through this unique monument. Not only in its architecture, but above all in what it represents to our faith. It would be incomplete to recount the story of the temple without also remembering the first temple of the Hebrews. A replica of the tabernacle has been built within the temple complex to transport our imaginations back in time, providing life-sized biblical renditions to better understand the function of each object used within the sacred service by the Hebrews as they journeyed through the desert. The fascinating memorial of the 12 tribes of Israel is built under an impressive example of biblical architecture, where replicas of the sacred elements of the Temple of Solomon can be found. Visitors can learn the entirety of the history of the Hebrew people, from the call of Abraham through the construction of the 2 temples in Jerusalem. It is a biblical experience that takes you back in time to absorb the faith that used to pulse in the hearts of those who truly had an experience with Him.